what is a concussion? How is it caused? How is it currently being treated? Currently in the medical world, it is being treated in the don't die method. Did you die? Nope. Then you're probably fine. Did you die? Yes. I'm sorry you didn't make it. Right? You're not fine. And the problem with that is that there's so much of a variation in between. When I was concussed with my back injury, they put a neck brace on me, said it was mandatory I wear it for 2 days. After I wore the neck brace for 2 days, I had a broken back, so I had some other things that I had to do, but my concussion was never an issue. The doctor never re-examined me. He never looked through my cranial nerves ever again. So I was forced to adapt. The more time you have to adapt, the harder it is to unwind adaptations that are not correct. Okay? So this brings us to that model of the roads, and we say that's actually called plasticity. Okay? Why do we like plastic so much? It's moldable. You can change it to whatever shape you want. The brain is plastic. You can change it to whatever shape you want. If you want to really go get good at piano, what do? Practice. I'd give anything to be a world-class pianist. No, you wouldn't. How do you know? Because you're not one. If you were, you'd be sitting at your piano all day. You know, you look at these people who are world-class piano players, and that's all they do. I would give anything. No, you wouldn't. You're watching TV, you know? So if we want to get that plasticity wound up, that's what we have to do. So the questions that I ask then, after a concussion, are these. Can you oxygenate your brain? Can you use glucose efficiently, blood sugar? If you can't get your fuel to your brain after a concussion, we really need to talk. We need to get some things figured out metabolically. What's the standard, my standard, for treating a concussion if it's acute? This just happened. What do? Do you think?
Oxygen.
Sometimes I'll just stick them right in the hyperbaric chamber. Because the more oxygen you get, the less brain tissue you lose, the less efficiency you lose. And I always fast them. Why would I fast someone, do you think? Any thoughts? Why would I make you avoid, if not fast completely, avoid all carbohydrates?
Because they're inflammatory.
I'm trying to mitigate inflammatory response. I'm trying to allow your garbage people enough time to catch up with the amount of garbage created by that wound. That's exactly right. So if you get hit in the head, you eat meats and vegetables, and you eat them very sparingly. You cut your calories way back. So you create as little garbage as possible, so you have as little amount of trauma to overcome to try and get yourself healed up. Okay? Third thing, activation. Can this person activate their brain? Can they activate their brain stem? Do they breathe correctly? Or are they panting like a dog? It's very common for somebody who's been injured in their head to have poor respiratory function.
That's true.
Oftentimes that's what kills people who have brainstem injuries. They can't breathe. So you get hit in the head really hard, you end up on a breathing machine at the hospital. Unplug them or don't unplug them, right? If you unplug them, what's the problem? They're going to die because they can't breathe. They're not going to die because all of a sudden they can't remember the president. You shut off the different things that happen here. Okay? So we go on to the next thing, and it's control over inflammatory response. Partially we do that with diet. Other times we do things with supplementation. Right? If you get hit in the head, I'm going to give you things that will make you hold back specific glial cell activation or inflammatory response that happens in here. What if somebody had done this for those NFL players? After every NFL game, after every practice where you took anything, you take 2 tablespoons of turmeric. We just eliminated CTE with the spice. It cancels out the inflammatory effects of being hit in the head. So if we can do things like that are super easy to do, that makes sense. Let's do that. Resveratrol is great at that same kind of a thing. Ubiquinol or CoQ10, very good at it as well. Dampen those responses. Are they enough on their own? No. Let's be honest, they're not. You have to be able to do all the other things as well. So now we've just evaluated that person. Can this person breathe? Are they somehow anemic? Do their cells work? Can they get glucose to their system in a controlled fashion? They can't be hypoglycemic, but they can also be hyperglycemic. Third thing is, can they activate those pathways in their brain? Can they do the things that are reflexive? And can they do the things that are cognition or emotional based? Can they do those things? Are they coordinated in their movements now? Right? We should actually have kids walk a line after they're hit in the head. Here, walk on the white line on the edge of the field. I can't, it keeps moving. You're done. You can't. So here's the really scary part about concussion. The first one is not usually the one you get damaged in. You bump your head, man, you come off the field and you're shaking it. What happens to a football player after they hit their head? Who do they go and tell? No one. They want to play.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to come out of the game, right? They want the glory of playing high school football. That's what they want to do. What does the coach say to them?
Shake it off.
Shake it off, walk it off, play it off, run it off.
Or they don't say anything.
Yeah,
Because if you don't say anything,
didn't happen.
oh, I didn't know he was concussed. Really? He couldn't even walk. Well, he was okay after a few steps. The real scary ones are the ones that happen in the second event. Because now you go out there and you have no reaction time. Pummeled. Toast. And then it's really bad. When I first started studying actually movement disorders, one of the docs played a video for us, and it was this college basketball. She's a center, so she's really super tall. And she had been treated for a concussion, been through the whole NCAA protocol, and had gone back out to play. Well, then she goes down on the field, goes up for a rebound, and falls straight back on the back of her head. And everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, that's terrible luck. She got another concussion? Are you kidding me?" If you rewatch the video, when she goes out, her hands go forward when she falls. But does anybody see a problem if I'm falling backwards and I put my hands forward? What's the problem? Where should I have put my hands?
In the back.
Holy crap, I'm going to fall on the back of my head. Huh. She was too concussed to be playing the game. She had no reflexes left. So who's at fault? Whoever on the staff put her back in there, or her for making it happen? The culture for watching basketball? I don't know. Somebody's at fault. But the problem is that we don't see that because of the don't die method. Did they die? Nope. Put them back in. We don't see enough of the stability when we put these kids back into the game.